Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm making some miniature plants. You can see it's very small. And I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit. I'm not going to go into the full tutorial on it. But basically you're going to need to get yourself some very thin wire, bend it in a V. And you're going to need to get some quilling paper. Quilling paper is very thin strips that you can get at the craft store. Usually you can get them in multi-packs of colors. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut yourself some very thin strips on an angle, leaving the front pointy. Then after you do that, you're going to get a box, or you're going to take and use something that can be a flower pot. I'm going to actually take this, and the top of this I'm going to cut off because it just looks like it would be the perfect flower pot. And that is what I'm going to use for my little flowers here. And in order to make those flowers, there's lots of videos I'm sure on YouTube somewhere on how to make little flowers from quilling. But basically all I did was I glued it to the wire to start with it, and then I just kept wrapping it around and glued it. And it's not the best, I'm sure, because that's the first time I've ever tried to do that, but that's what I did. And then I just glued everything to that. Okay, so basically I took the lid off of this and I cut it off with a little saw. It's got some pretty fine teeth on there. After I cut it off, I took my razor knife, and I guess some people call it a box cutter, and I roughed up the edges just a little bit to make it look more like, I don't know, a flower pot. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but it's got like little half moons all the way around it, kinda. And that's what I did. This here piece, I guess you could use that as a light fixture if you wanted to, so you might not want to throw that away. But this is your flower pot. Now, if for some reason yours is rounded and it doesn't want to stand and you're not going to glue it, you can always put a dab of hot glue on there and then hold it down until it dries, and then lift it up, and then it'll put a flat little base on there. You know, or you could put a piece of, or a little drop of regular glue on there and then do the same thing and lift it up. Okay, so the next thing I need to do with this is to get it in here, and in order to do that, I have to actually put some glue in there to make that go. So, okay, so I'm using a regular fine tip hot glue gun, and actually I got it a little bit messy because I was using it to glue the leaves on rather than waiting for it to dry. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit by doing that, but here's what I need to do. Trying to stay in focus for you. I'm going to put some right down inside there. Just like that. And be careful if you're doing this because this does get hot. You might want to wear like a hot mitt or something, because inside this plastic does get kind of warm. Alright, now I have my flower and I'm going to put it in there just like I want it. I don't know that I want to put it all the way down in there, but kinda, just like that. Now you can use whatever you want as your sealer. I'm going to put a little bit of glitter in there because this is kind of like, I don't know, I just thought it would be cute. I know you don't normally see glitter in flower pots, but around the holidays they get kind of colorful, so that's what I just did. And you can put sand in there or whatever, and then if you want to add more glue over top of that so your glitter doesn't fall out, you can do that as well if you want to, but you don't have to. So basically that's the flower. See if I can change the brightness a little bit so you can get a little more contrast of it. And just pull off your little hot glue stragglies. And if you want to add more flower leaves to it, you can just stick them down in the hot glue as it's still hot. And then once it dries, then you can bend them into shape. use a toothpick or a needle to poke them down in there. Do not use your finger because it will burn you. And you can just add whatever you want after that. But remember, you're going to start with your wire, and your wire will need to be in a V. You're going to do your 2 flowers on top of that. If you're doing multiple flowers, then you want to glue them onto there, and you want to use quite a few of these, and then put it down in there. Now once you get your first flower in the V, you can just do individual ones and put them in there. That way you know where you want it. If you want it higher or lower or whatever, you can do it that way. Alright, well, thanks a lot for watching, and don't throw away anything that looks like trash, because this was an expired bottle of nasal spray and I just reused it and made a flower pot from it. Okay, thanks a lot and have a great day. Don't forget to follow Dollhouse Miniature Madness and Tutorials on Facebook for more DIY.